Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about Donald Trump's plan to clear Gaza of its Palestinian population and turn it into a high-end beach resort. Yeah, you heard that right. Trump, who let's face it, is never one to shy away from controversy, dropped this bombshell during a meeting with Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House. The idea? The US would take control of Gaza, clean up the devastation left after months of carnage, and transform it into a luxurious Mediterranean getaway. There's just one major catch: those pesky Palestinians. They would have to be removed, possibly to Egypt or Jordan, but ethnically cleansed. And if that sounds wild, that's because it is. At the press conference, Trump was all in on the vision, saying, "We're going to develop it, create thousands of jobs, and turn it into something the entire Middle East can be proud of." But then came the kicker: "We're going to own it." Now, what does that actually mean? No idea. No details, no legal framework, just vibes. Netanyahu didn't fully endorse the plan either, but he also didn't shut it down. Instead, he applauded Trump for thinking outside the box, which in diplomatic terms is kind of like saying, "Yeah, this guy's crazy, but let's see where it goes." Because as everybody knows, old Bibi wants that sweet Palestinian land. And on a side note, his smirk throughout the whole event was just so sickening. It like I had a cauldron of just anger building up inside me. As you'd expect, the backlash was instant. Hamas called the plan ridiculous and warned it could set the region on fire. The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres didn't mince words either. He called it outright ethnic cleansing. Even the Arab world, where Trump has been working to build relationships, the reaction was a firm no. Saudi Arabia, one of the key players in Trump's push for an Israeli-Arab peace alliance, reiterated that there would be no peace with Israel unless there was a Palestinian state. Now, here's where things get even more complicated. Trump's announcement totally overshadowed the ongoing ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. Before this, the big question was whether Israel would extend the truce, which was entering its next phase. The goal? To de escalate the war and start rebuilding Gaza. But after Trump's press conference, that seemed like a distant priority. Even Netanyahu, who had been under pressure to keep the ceasefire going, started hinting that Israel might resume its military campaign. "We have to finish the job," he said. His far right coalition partners are already pushing for more military action, and if he doesn't deliver, they could force new elections, potentially kicking him out of office. And this war has kept a whole legal battle regarding corruption at bay for Netanyahu. For Gazans, this proposal is just another punch to the gut. After months of war, many were hoping for some kind of stability and reprieve. Instead, Trump basically suggested turning their home into a beach resort, without them in it. Even before this, Gaza wasn't exactly a priority for the US. Biden had already cut funding for UNRWA, the main UN agency supporting Palestinians, after Israel accused it of working with Hamas. And no, those allegations were never proven. But the funding remained frozen. Trump, for his part, has shown zero interest in restoring aid. So where does this leave us? Israel is now sending a delegation to Qatar to negotiate the next steps of the ceasefire. The talks will focus on securing the release of the remaining hostages held by Hamas in exchange for Palestinian prisoners. In theory, this could be a step towards a lasting truce, but with Trump throwing out plans like this, the region feels more unstable than ever. Not that it was ever stable. As for the people of Gaza, their future has never been more uncertain. Mustafa al-Ghazar, a displaced Palestinian now living in a tent camp, summed it up best. "My hope in 1948 was to return, but my hope today is to survive." That's the reality on the ground, and it's heartbreaking. What do you think? Is Trump's plan just another reckless move that will make things worse? Let me know in the comments. And as always, and it feels weird saying this, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.